did Kyle do everything within reason to allow Trey a chance to start week 1?
Absolutely not. I mean, he said from the beginning, it's not a competition.
Right.
And I think what what happened was I was trying to say that it is. It's always a competition. And I was
Hmm.
tracking the stats. And Trey outperformed Jimmy Garoppolo, but everyone's counterpoint to that, which is true, was, well, Trey's playing with the second team. You can't really compare him. And that's true. And that's the problem. He never got to compete on equal ground. He got some
Right.
reps with the starters. I'd venture to say he threw 15 passes with the starters in camp and maybe 5 in preseason. And the problem was he was playing behind that second team offensive line, which is just a disgrace.
Yeah.
And it got him hurt. Not only was he playing behind that line, like Kyle wasn't letting him do all the things that would make him look good and win the job. No keeping it and running, no
Very
zone
limited.
reads, no play action. Just stay in the pocket and work on your weaknesses and look really inexperienced and raw, and get hit a bunch of times. And then he did, and then he got hurt. So no, I think Kyle kind of had his mind up that Trey's not ready, and we're going to take a slow approach with him. I already know that. I don't have to see anything different.
Accepting the fact that Kyle hamstringed Trey a bit in forcing him to throw from the
Yeah.
pocket. Do you think that Trey showed enough where he should have been getting more first team reps, which then could have potentially led to getting them in game?
Well, I mean, if you're judging him on what he showed in the preseason, which was basically pocket passing, then like no, he looked bad. But
Mm,
he's going to look really inexperienced. That's all
yep.
about experience, and he didn't play last year, and he doesn't have many reps anyway. So I think what would have been more honest would have been just have a quarterback competition right off the
Uh,
bat. I mean, you traded up
allow
for the guy. Like, who are you kidding? Who are
Yeah.
you kidding? It's not a third round pick. It wasn't the 12th pick. You made your statement. Have a competition. Let it play out. Give them both reps with the starters. Let Jimmy play his style because you have a very good feel for how you want to call games for Jimmy.
Right.
Let Trey play his style. Don't make him win the job playing Jimmy style. That's not fair. Make it fair for both. I don't understand why the Niners did it this way. It's like, well, we just don't even want to go there. We know Jimmy's better. Well, no, you don't, because Jimmy came out and threw 11 picks in camp, and then 3 weeks
Right.
in, you pivoted and you're like, okay, let's give Trey some reps with the starters. Well, it's a little late. It's a little late for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
the
one more thing, you're going to Trey not because you're saying, Trey, we love you. We have so much confidence in you. It's, well, now we don't have confidence in either quarterback. I'm just saying it's a different message. It's a different message.
that yes,
They
very
haven't
much a
projected
different
confidence in
message.
Trey. It's not like Trey, man. You, you know that scene in Beverly Hills Cop where he's like, these aren't regular cops. These
These are
these are super cops.
super
And the only
cops.
thing they're missing is capes. That's what he never said that to Trey. He's like, Trey, man, you got a long way to go. And if you don't believe me, watch what happens when you play in the preseason, because I'm gonna keep you right in that sucker, in that pocket, baby. I'm sorry. I just had to go Beverly Hills Cop for a second.
I
Super
mean,
cops.
great movie, great
Yeah.
poll,
Yeah.
fantastic. So,
Thanks.
if I understand you correctly, the core of the issue is the unwillingness to allow Trey to play in the way that would showcase his skill set. Now,
Yeah.
do you see
Because
the
that would require a huge change in the Niners offense, like a
yes,
ton of passes outside the pocket, a lot of one read and get out of the pocket. Whereas Kyle has his offense that Mac Jones could run. Jimmy
but
Garoppolo can run to an extent. And I don't think Kyle wants to just do a full-fledged change. Right now, what he's going to do is just add the zone read, pretty much.
so
Yeah.
you don't think we'll see those things even come the regular season?
I think we'll see a lot of zone read. We'll see some play action stuff, but I don't think I don't think we've seen Kyle really embrace, like, just go all in with Trey Lance and a whole new offense, because that's what it requires, a whole
Right,
new offense.
right.
I think Kyle loves his offense. I mean, it worked in Atlanta. It's similar. And with Mac Jones, he might have been able to recreate what he had in 2016. You didn't get Mac Jones. You got to go in a new direction. Your dad made it work with Steve Young. You make it work with Trey Lance.
So you would have preferred more time in preseason actually going over what's going to be run during the regular season as opposed to holding back on anything so that you don't give away your game planning. You would prefer that they practice the reps.
If you look, I understand Kyle keeping Lance in the pocket and saying this
Sure.
is preseason. You need to work on that. You need experience. Fine,
Right.
put him with the starters. Don't expect a bunch of guys who won't make the team to protect the most important person in your organization. And you know what? They didn't. They let the guy come through unblocked, and he broke his finger. And we don't know when he's coming back. He could come back in 7 days, or he could come back in 6 weeks. We don't freaking know, and they're not going to tell us. So I'm just saying, like, it was so obvious. As soon as before preseason started, we were talking about, hey, this second team offensive line. No, we were almost joking about it, but it's like, no, it's serious, man. Even though the games don't count, the hits do. And
Yes.
his finger's broken. And how many games are you going to give away early in the season because you don't have Lance? Because you definitely have the worst starting quarterback in the division. And your edge here was that you now have like this Frankenstein monster, two quarterbacks put together that Kyle can use at the exact right times. Great. That's great.
Right.
You don't have that right now. And it's like you could beat Detroit, however, but what about Green Bay? What about Seattle? So this is a problem. And I tried to tell you, Kyle, I was quality controlling it up. I had so much, the control over the quality was there. And you were like, that's what we want to do. So I don't know.
The quality was top notch. I can't argue with that.